You boot up to play, and the deal has changed. Xbox Game Pass has been reworked, reworded, and repriced. The tiers now say Essential, Premium, Ultimate. The promise people loved, Day One access, got pushed to the top rung, while everything below teaches you to wait. Value got louder, control got pricier. This video isn't about console drama. It's about the business move behind that change, how subscriptions sell choice while tightening the screws, why the company's math pushes them there, and how you take your power back without turning play into homework. I'm not here to tell you what to buy. I'm here to show you how the game is played on you, so you can stop being the easy win. This is Fog of Work. Let's translate the marketing. 3 rungs with 3 behaviors. Essential keeps you in the ecosystem with a smaller, rotating library and online access. Premium looks generous, bigger library, cloud access, but it quietly trains you to wait. Microsoft says new Xbox published games arrive within a year, and it explicitly excludes Call of Duty from that promise. Ultimate sells immediacy. This is where Day One access to Xbox first-party titles now lives, plus a handful of add-on ornaments you may or may not use. The real headline isn't the ornaments, it's the math. The premium experience now costs about 50% more at the top tier, and PC Game Pass jumped by nearly 40%. You're paying more not to fall behind. And here's the giveaway in the fine print. In some countries, existing subscribers who keep auto-renew won't see the higher rate yet, a temporary delay that shields them while new signups pay the increased price right away. That isn't equal value. That's managing exposure by jurisdiction. Beloved bundles start as miracles, cheap, simple, overflowing. When growth is blazing, generosity pays for itself, because new subs mask the losses. But growth is a season, not a state. As it cools, finance counts, server bills, licensing, marketing, guarantees. The miracle becomes a margin. Then, the bundle enters its second life. Features move, names change, perks are sorted into tiers that sound like flavors instead of fences. The magic slides upward, one notch at a time. The third life is the price curve. Not one jump, an escalator. If customers stay, the escalator becomes normal. If they leave in visible numbers, the company either backs up or climbs more slowly. And when the miracle becomes a margin, companies do the same thing every time. Want to see the lever they pull next? Here's that lever in plain English. When user growth plateaus and costs rise, companies try to raise average revenue per user, earn more from each subscriber, by moving must-have perks up a tier or by raising the price of the tier that holds those perks. Wall off the thing people value most, raise the toll, accept some churn, and aim for what remains to be larger and stickier. 2 tells give the game away. First, flagship titles get carved out of the "you can wait a year" promise to protect their cash flow. Second, small perk erosions show up after the hike, quiet trims that add up over time. Watch how it shows up in the wild. The copy says flexibility. In practice, the middle tier is a training program. It normalizes waiting. It teaches you to say, "I still have plenty to play," even when the one game that brought you here is on a timer you don't control. Over months, waiting becomes the baseline. The top tier stops feeling like luxury and starts feeling like relief. Relief from delay, from spoilers, from watching friends play first. You haven't been sold features. You've been sold the absence of friction they introduced. You'll even see cloud performance and queue position tied to the top tier, monetizing readiness itself. That feeling you have, paying more just to stand still, isn't paranoia, it's the product. A monthly charge is painless until you annualize it. A year of "don't fall behind" can approach the cost of several full releases you would keep, revisit, lend, or resell depending on platform. Ownership isn't nostalgia, it's boundary. Owning the handful of games that matter most lets you step off the subscription treadmill without losing your favorites. Subscriptions convert anticipation into a meter. The bill renews whether the library fits your life that month or not. The risk isn't only overpaying, it's turning play into an obligation to get your money's worth. In short, subscriptions rent your excitement by the month. Ownership rents nothing. 3 forces make hikes stick. First is habit. Once autopay is on, canceling feels bigger than it is. Second is social time. Big releases or social events. Stepping out means leaving the conversation. Third is sunk cost. After months or years of paying, canceling can feel like admitting you wasted earlier spend. None of this is irrational. It's human. Companies don't have to trick you. They just arrange choices so the path of least resistance pays them most. If this is naming what you've been feeling, tap like and subscribe to Fog of Work, not for the algorithm, so more people can spot the squeeze before it tightens. Now let's get practical. Streaming hiked prices and split features. Software turned one-time purchases into rent. Gaming watched and learned. But everyone does it is how we normalize the slide. The reason some hikes stick and others reverse isn't the volume of outrage. It's the visibility of exits. When cancellations spike, industry standard gets flexible. When cancellations are modest, the standard hardens and spreads. Nothing exposes a price play like your own partners undercutting it. When retailers publicly keep selling codes at the old price, they wink at players while the official figure says otherwise. That's partners arbitraging your goodwill, winning points with customers you just offended. When your channel partners clown the platform owner, the trust account is already overdrawn. Rotate. 1 month on, 1 month off. Jump in when a release actually matters. Step out when it doesn't. No speeches, just a calendar reminder and your peace of mind back. Own selectively. If 2 or 3 games a year will absorb most of your time, buy them outright. You trade a higher one-time cost for lower ambient stress. Ignore perk theater. If a bundled live service bonus or up to rewards doesn't touch your daily life, don't let it rationalize a permanent higher bill. Set a ceiling. Decide the number where joy becomes tension. If the service crosses it, drop a tier or step out. A hobby shouldn't make you outwit your budget. Tools in hand? Good. Now let's set the bar so we're listening means something measurable. Respect is plain language, infrequent price changes, and perks that aren't puzzles. If day one access built the brand, keep that promise visible without a punitive jump. If prices must rise, say why, show where the money goes, and don't hide the number behind fireworks and loyalty mazes. Reward loyalty with stability. Grandfathered terms that last longer than a press cycle. Publish a roadmap people can hold you to. Offer a build-your-own plan so customers can drop what they don't use and keep what they love. And if you can grandfather people in some regions with clear notice windows, do it everywhere, not just where regulation or scrutiny forces your hand. Respect shouldn't depend on a postcode or whether someone forgot to toggle auto-renew. If a company can clearly explain the price change before it hits, and you can repeat that reason to a friend in 1 sentence, that's respect. If you can't, it isn't. Behind confident press releases lives a quiet fear. Churn is contagious. When a few people cancel loudly and explain how they still play everything they care about, others try it. If enough rotate in and out with intent, average revenue per user dips even if total subscribers stay flat. Eventually, models must become genuinely better, not rhetorically shinier. That's when you see make goods, backpedals, and re-tierings that restore the value that was removed, not kindness. Feedback. The only thing that reverses a bad plan isn't outrage. It's thousands of quiet cancellations that show up on a Tuesday morning dashboard. This isn't a console war. It's a system that shifts cost and control from player to platform. The squeeze only works in silence. When you rotate, own what matters, ignore perk theater, and set a ceiling, you change from a passive revenue stream into a customer with choices. That change isn't loud, it's steady. And steady is how expectations move. You booted up to play, and the deal had changed. After this, the deal is yours to set, month by month, title by title. This is fog of work. Where do you draw the line? Price, feature, or principle? Tell me how you're handling gaming subscriptions now, rotating, downgrading, or walking. I always read every comment. If this helped, subscribe for more breakdowns and watch my other videos to keep the power in your hands.